Hi, we're here with Steve Allen, who has written a new book. We're talking about that book today. The book is entitled And He Ran for 40 Days, and it's a devotional journal. Steve has been struggling with ALS for the last 5 years and battling that. And so, Steve, one of the questions I wanted to ask you is um, I know for me, there are times when there's a similar prayer or a gushing forward that just keeps happening over and over again. Is there something like that with you, like where you've had just certain cries of your heart or prayers that have strengthened you along the way?
Mhm. Absolutely. Almost on a daily basis, I actually have on my hand a prayer ring that says prayer. And every time I look at it, I quote and pray Romans chapter 12, verse 12.
Wow.
So Romans 12:12 says this: be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, and faithful in prayer.
Wow.
And sometimes maybe 5 to 6 times a day, I'm praying and decreeing that prayer over myself. And it's really life-giving.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Another life verse that is a prayer for me is Psalms 119, verse 32. It says, I run in the path of your commands, for you've set my heart free. And then finally, Romans chapter 4, 17 through 22, about Abraham. As it is written, I made you a father of many nations, and he is our father in the sight of God in whom we believe. The God who gives life to the dead and calls things that are not as though they were. Against all hope, Abraham in hope believed, and so became the father of many nations. As it was said to him, so shall your offspring be. Without weakening in his faith, Abraham faced the fact that his body was as good as dead, since he was about 100 years old, and that Sarah's womb was also dead. Yet he did not waver through unbelief regarding the promise of God, but was strengthened in his faith and gave glory to God, being fully persuaded that God had the power to do what he had promised. This is why it was credited to him as righteousness.
Wow.